Well, at last, got my new magnet holder. I can put the coils on the inside there. So, yeah, this magnet holder, it can be used for, well, two functions. I could either have it as a rotor with the magnets rotating, or I could have it as a static. And yeah, get the idea. And I had another one of my rings made, but this one actually has a wider inside lip. That is so the magnetic ring, when it comes out, when I make the rings, I can slide them along the outside to actually help with the magnetic field shaping, you know, because the magnetic field, mostly I want to be capturing the magnetic field from the center, and I want the outside to be collapsed a little bit. So by having magnetic rings around the outside, it will help to focus more magnetic field on the inside and have a more divergent field on the outside. So anyway, that's that one. And oh yeah, and I don't know, I didn't make a video yet, but there's my pyramid coil formers, which actually, in conjunction with this in conjunction with the magnetic holder, and have it either way up, I suppose. But generally speaking, it's to pulse the field, and obviously it doesn't have to be on the top there, it could be underneath. And one of the coils, I've got two of these, so two of these pyramid coils, and one could be to pulse the field and one could be to capture the magnetic power generated. So yeah, these basically would be mounted on each side of the let's see, yeah, I'll get it right, Will. So basically these will be mounted like so sort of thing. Yeah, but I did discover one little problem, and that is that dropping everything. My dimensions were a little bit off, and my magnets don't quite go all the way down. But that doesn't matter. They're straight, that's the main thing. The magnets are actually very, very perpendicular, straight with this, so that doesn't matter. The fact that they won't go all the way inside doesn't matter. I mean, obviously I can glue them so they sit nice and snug and don't pop out, because I did notice if I start to put a few in, they start to push against each other, obviously, and they can all pop out, you know. But I mean, I can wedge them either with paper down the sides, or I could glue them in. But I'm going to go with the paper idea first tonight, so because it'll make it easy to pull them out, and then I can play around with that. And I think, you see, that if I push them in, if I force one in, it's going to leave less room for the others, because it's going to push the plastic membrane that's in between. There's a like little triangle-ish thing that you can see there. Well, if I force it in, it's going to push that one along, and then the next magnet's not going to go in. So yeah, my sizes were a little bit off. But I was working in a cramped sort of environment, because if I'd made this slightly bigger, then my magnetic rings would have to be bigger as well. So yeah, we'll see how I go anyway. I might actually, well, it's good for experimentation. This is fine for doing experiments on, and some magnets are actually probably be a bit smaller anyway. I mean, I'm using 20mm long by 3mm wide magnets. I mean, there's nothing to stop me from putting 15mm magnets in there as well. You know, so I mean, I could use smaller magnets even. Yeah, and put a bit of packing at each side. So I mean, it doesn't really matter. The point is, I have a working prototype, which is what I wanted, and things are starting to come together for all these experiments. So yeah, so if I take my other thing apart, hang on, that's a previous magnetic ring, but that's not going to fit on there because the hole's too. Oops, the hole is too small. But I'll take this off. I'll have a look inside now. Hopefully this is. I haven't tried this yet, but if I take this off, this cover. Oops. And put it on my keyboard now, out of the way. Now there's my other ring. Now that ring's got slightly wider, and I've just popped that out. It's got the silicone on. The silicone anti-stick that I've put on there. So if I compare these rings, you'll see the difference. That one's got a very narrow ring there, and this one's much wider here. So that will make my moulded material, which is between this point and this point, make it much thinner, narrower. So basically this new one should fit in here. So let's hopefully, fingers crossed. Yeah, it fits like a glove. Perfect. Obviously I've got to siliconize it, like that one. So there we go. I've got to basically cover it in silicone so nothing sticks to that. So it sits in here. So I've got two actually spaces now where I can actually make two different type ring sizes. I can make the standard ring size, and I can make it one with a larger hole in the middle. And yeah, these magnetite rings are actually useful for shaping the magnetic field. You know, come in handy because it doesn't give a focal. It doesn't make the magnetic field extremely polarized. It divergence, gives them some diversion, but there are areas of polarization where I polarize it with magnets, obviously. But yeah, so these two, I'm quite happy with that. So we're going to be making some more rings soon, and when I make a new ring, hopefully it will fit all of that one. In the meantime, I made some rings earlier, which I don't think are going to fit, because, let's see if we, let's take that magnet off here, because it's going to cause havoc. Oh! My magnet jumped out my hand then. Yeah, I figured that. Yeah, this one's not going to fit because it's, as I say, it's got the narrower hole in the middle. And this is the last ring I made, which is nice and hard now, by the way, and it's got a larger hole. Let's see if that one will fit. No, because I have to make new rings for this. These magnetite rings will do for, you know, I can either have them on the end. Obviously, I can still mount them on the end, but I just can't slide them over. So, I mean, they're still useful for that, because I can have them on the end, you know, for example, sit this on the base like that. So, it's always handy. Oh, let's see if I can just get this to sit right. Yeah, just trying to position it, yeah. Well, they could be mounted on the ends like that, you see. That sort of thing. So, actually, waste not, want not. They're still useful for me, because, I mean, I do want to be able to position these magnetite rings. I want to have several of them on there, so as I can focus the field more in the centre, down the middle. Because I'm looking at generating power from the centre, as well as from a rotator on the outside. Anyway, that's that for now. Video's already at 9 minutes, so I think I can make longer videos, but I think anything longer than 10 minutes, people get bored, so. Yeah, my pyramid coil, well, it could be more, it's hollow. The reason for the hollowness is I can either fill that with a core, or I can leave it as air cord. Plus, it also gives me some flexibility. I mean, there's room in there to put anything in there, really, a diode or a transistor or anything, really. There's plenty of room in there. Yeah, for customizations, which is useful if you're wanting to, yeah, wanting to put a driver. I could even put a driver circuit inside that little hole, because it's kind of big, got a lot of space in there. So, right, Okay, I think that's it.